prepare to have your perception of Star Trek Voyager challenged. Remember the episode Threshold? It's often cited as one of the worst in the entire franchise. But what if we told you even the showrunner has a somewhat nuanced view? Let's dive in. The episode's premise involves the USS Voyager crew discovering a unique crystal capable of synthesizing power, potentially allowing for travel beyond Warp 10. Now, for those unfamiliar, Warp 10 in Star Trek lore represents infinite velocity, theoretically reaching every point in the universe simultaneously. This is a tantalizing prospect for a ship stranded 70 years away from Earth. To test this, the crew equips a shuttlecraft with the crystals, and Tom Paris takes the helm. The experiment initially succeeds, providing him with a deluge of universal data. But then, things get strange. His body begins to undergo rapid, bizarre changes. Skin flaking, eyes glazing, fingers fusing, and even the loss of his tongue. It's reminiscent of the body horror in David Cronenberg's The Fly. Paris is hyper-evolving, transforming into what humanity might become in millions of years. He then kidnaps Captain Janeway, forcing her to undergo the same transformation. The climax? Humans evolving into 3-foot-tall pink salamanders. Yes, you read that right. Tom and Janeway, as salamanders, mate and have babies before being thankfully reverted to their human forms. This is why the episode is widely criticized for its absurdity and scientific inaccuracies. But here's where it gets controversial. Brannon Braga, the writer and showrunner of Voyager, doesn't entirely despise Threshold. At the STLV Star Trek convention in Las Vegas, Braga surprisingly defended the first half of the episode, while acknowledging the flaws in the second half. It's important to note that few fans are fond of Threshold. Trekkies generally dislike the concept of warp speed causing rapid evolution, and the salamander transformation was widely mocked. Biologists, of course, were quick to point out that evolution doesn't work that way. While Star Trek often blends science with fiction, Threshold pushes the boundaries. Braga is aware of the episode's reputation, even criticizing his own writing while reflecting on the sheer volume of episodes produced during the season. With 26 episodes per season, story ideas were often stretched thin, and Threshold became a prime example of this. However, Braga admitted he liked the body horror elements. He said, "Well, clearly, given Threshold, there were no rejected ideas. We left nothing on the table. At least the first half of that show isn't bad." This is a stark contrast to his previous comments on the Voyager DVDs, where he called the episode a royal steaming stinker. He even stated, "It's a terrible episode. Out of 100 and some episodes, you're gonna have some stinkers." Unfortunately, that was a royal steaming stinker. While Braga hasn't completely changed his mind, he does acknowledge the episode's merits. And in the grand scheme of the franchise, Threshold isn't as bad as other infamous episodes, like The Alternative Factor or Code of Honor. It's simply silly, and that perhaps is more forgivable. What do you think? Do you agree with Braga's assessment of Threshold? Did the episode's silliness ruin it for you? Or do you see any redeeming qualities? Let's discuss in the comments!